Hello students, I welcome you all to this session. I am Vaishali Kikan, Assistant Professor, Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at KIIT Group of Institutions. Today in this session we will be talking about the fabrication process in the case of CMOS. This is the last concept of our subject and I hope in this video you will be recalling all of the processes that we have discussed previously. So CMOS is a technology which uses both NMOS as well as PMOS transistors. We all know about it. So we all know that in the CMOS we have PMOS as well as NMOS. So the transistors are arranged in a structure formed by two complementary networks. So here in the figure you can see we have two complementary network. One is a pull-up network and one is a pull-down network. So here we have the P substrate. In the P substrate we are having N-well, and here we are having one MOS transistor, and here we are having the next MOS transistor. So CMOS is a combination of PMOS as well as NMOS. So now coming to the fabrication of the CMOS. So CMOS transistors are fabricated on the silicon wafer. Wafer diameters are 200 to 300 mm. And the lithography process similar to the printing press is used. We have already studied about the lithography process. Then on each step different materials are deposited or patterned or etched. It is easiest to understand by viewing both top and cross section of the wafer in a simplified manufacturing process. Okay, so now inverter cross section. So you can see here we have the inverter cross section. Here you can see we have a NMOS transistor. This is our PMOS transistor. Okay, now we are having two transistor and the P substrate. In the P substrate we will be having N-well, and in the N-well we will be making our PMOS transistor. So typically we use a P-type substrate for NMOS transistor, as we have used here. We have used the P-type substrate here. It requires to make an N-well for body of PMOS transistor. Like here we have N-well for the body of PMOS transistor. Now here you can see the inverter mask set. This is how we have the masks set in the top view. So transistors and wires are defined by the mask. We have already studied about them. So how we can make the mask and how we can strip off the silicon dioxide, and then we can use these masks to form our diffused layers. So cross section taken along the dashed line. So this is our cross section along this dashed line. Now you can see it is the detailed mask view, and we have 6 masks here. One for N-well, polysilicon, N plus diffusion, P plus diffusion, contact, then metal polysilicon. These all masks will be there. Now coming to the fabrication step. We will be starting with the blank wafer. We will be having P-type where NMOS is created. Okay, I have already told you and I have already shown you how we have P-type of blank wafer, and in which we will be doing all of the things. Then we will be building inverter from the bottom up process. We will be seeing what is at the bottom first, and then we will be going up to the upside and we will be creating all of the things. Then the first step will be to form the N-well where PMOS would be residing. Then we will be covering the wafer with a protective layer of silicon dioxide, and we will be removing the oxide layer where N-well should be built. Okay, and at the place we will be implanting or diffusing N dopants into exposed wafer to form N-well, and then we will be stripping off the silicon dioxide from the substrate. Okay, then this is the oxidation process. We are growing silicon dioxide on the top of silicon wafer. So at the 900 to 1200 degrees Celsius with the height H2O, this is water, or oxygen in the oxidation furnace. So here you can see we have P substrate as well as SiO2. Now photoresist. Then we have a spin-on photoresist. Photoresist is a light sensitive organic polymer. Its property changes when it is exposed to the light. Two types of photoresist would be there. One is positive type and second is negative type. Positive resist can be removed if it is exposed to the UV light, and the negative resist cannot be removed even if it is exposed to UV light. So here you can see we have P substrate, we have SiO2, and we have photoresist. Then coming to the lithography. if we are exposing the photoresist to UV light through the NVEL mask, we will be stripping off the exposed photoresist with chemicals. So you can see here we have P substrate as well as SiO2 photoresist. Now etching. We will be etching oxide with the hydrofluoric acid. So here we have to etch the oxide, so we will be using the hydrofluoric acid, and only in this area we will be etching off the silicon dioxide, because the photoresist was already etched, and here if we will be using hydrofluoric acid, this photoresist will be keeping this silicon dioxide to be safe. Okay, then it only attacks oxide where resist has been exposed. I have already told you this. Then we have NVEL patterns which are transferred from the mask to the silicon dioxide surface, and it creates an opening to the silicon surface. Here this is the opening. You can see this is the opening which is created, and we have, so here we have P substrate, we have SiO2, and we have photoresist which are left now. So now we will be stripping off the remaining photoresist. We will be using the mixtures of acid which are called the Piranha H. Okay, then it is necessary to so that the resist doesn't melt in the next step. Okay, now coming to the NVEL. NVEL is formed with the diffusion or ion implantation. In the diffusion, I have already talked about diffusion and ion implantation in a great detail. So in the diffusion, we will be placing the wafer in furnace with arsenic rich gas, and we will be heating it until the AS atom diffused into the exposed silicon. So this is how we will be creating the NVEL. So then we have ion implantation. It is the further process to create the diffusion or to create the NVEL. Then we have to blast the wafers with the beam of AS ions. The ions blocked by silicon dioxide and only enters the exposed silicon. So here we don't have any ions which are going into because of the silicon dioxide protective layer. Silicon dioxide shields area which remains p-type. So these areas, the areas which are covered by silicon dioxide, these are protective areas, whereas here we have NVEL. Then we will be stripping off the remaining oxide using the hydrofluoric acid, and we will be having back the bare wafer with the NVEL. So we have now an NVEL in the P substrate, and we will be having the subsequent steps which will be involving similar series to form the P substrate as well as the NVEL. So here I will be concluding my discussion. So I hope you understood all of the processes that I have discussed up till now. In the next video we will be seeing how we can build the full CMOS with the help of this process. So I hope you will be joining me in the next video. Thank you so much.